Enoch is quoted by the Apostle Jude, is mentioned in the book of Genesis and in the book of Hebrews. Unfortunately for many in today's church, the books of Enoch are not read or taught, and with the glut of New Age philosophers teaching from the books of Enoch, it is very hard to find good Christian teaching on the subject. The voice of God through His prophets and the plan of God for the ages are too important to ignore. If you are among the millions of Christians who don't want to be left in the dark, watch this short message from Second Eighth Week Ministries. So now let's read what the Bible says about Enoch. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Genesis 5:24. And from the book of Hebrews, by faith Enoch was translated, that he should not see death, and was not found, because God had translated him. Hebrews 11:5. And now from the book of Jude. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord comes with 10,000s of his saints. Jude 1:14. So why did Apostle Jude quote from the books of Enoch? First, to show that the books of Enoch are inspired by God, and second, to show that the prophecies of Enoch are profitable for our hope. For centuries, Christians have been fearful of Enoch's writings. This is in part due to the distortion of his identity with the son of wicked Cain. But as we can see in this timeline, Enoch the righteous traces his roots to Seth, not Cain. Enoch's writings have also been confused with that of Enosh, Adam's grandson, who was the father of the mystery religions and all idolatries. But the book of Enoch was written by a righteous man, not an idolater. Through Enoch, God reveals to us his thoughts, that Enoch's writings would be a blessing to all the righteous upon the earth. And this is why the book of Enoch begins with the words, the blessings of Enoch. The Bible reveals the lifespan of Adam and the generations after him. But we clearly see that Enoch did not die, but that God translated him to heaven. It is not surprising to hear that interest in the books of Enoch has surged these recent years, because God revealed to Enoch that his books would be rediscovered. Enoch's teachings and prophecies are now being heard by this distant generation. God spoke to Enoch and said, And I will raise up for that generation someone who will reveal to them the books in your handwriting, and those of your fathers, and he will point out to them the guard tower of the earth, truthful men, and those who carry out my will, who do not invoke my name invalidly. And you will tell that generation, and they, when they have read them, will be more glorified in the end than in the beginning. 2 Enoch 35:2-3. In 1997, God brought this incredible prophecy to pass. In a dream vision, Enoch appeared to Apostle Eric von Andersek and said, Hail, he who is come, the deliverance one. Now let's turn our attention to the questions God answers in the book of Enoch.